Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Shopping to Scale, Wreaths and Crafts. I'll wait a few more minutes and welcome a few more people to come in. It's Thursday afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We were able to get my little sister home last week. It was good visiting with her. She's trying to get everything settled back in and we failed to communicate with each other somehow, and we forgot to post the winners of the the shabby chic wreath and the burlap sunflower wreath. So I'm going to do that today. She may or may not be able to come in today. She had an appointment this afternoon and she's running a little bit late, but we can get started without her. I just want to say a few things this afternoon that I will be making I want to call it a pansy wreath. It may not be, and if it's not, I apologize. I just thought it kind of looked like one, so I was just that's what I wanted to name it. In no way am I copying somebody intentionally. I just wanted to let you know that I just created it. It may already be out there, but I just want to let everybody know that it's not my idea, because the petal that I'm using is a sunflower, and I did do it differently around the edges, so that's what makes it unique to me. And I enjoyed making it, and that's why I do these live, so that I can enjoy what I do and hopefully share with somebody else that maybe they might take it and create something different as well. So I want to thank everybody for joining me this afternoon. Hello, Debbie. Thank you for joining me. I'm hoping that by me preparing everything early, that this will go quickly. So I've already prepared my petals. They kind of look like a bow tie in a way, but it'll go quicker. And I did modify my board down to, I cut it off again. See, it's not the best of cut, but it's alright. I'm playing around with it, and that's what makes it unique. So get you some boards, play around with it, make it your own. This is right at 9 inches. I cut it down from the third, 1, 2, 3 hole, the third row right here, just right above the third hole, and we have 1, 2, 3 rows, and then we have the center. So we'll be putting petals on this row, and this row, and then in the center we'll be putting a felt center in it, and I've already prepared that as well. I will show you how I did the petal so that you'll know and be able to maybe take it from there and add your own to it. I hope everybody can see me okay. I tried doing the camera just a little bit differently, so we'll try that. But I will be sharing these holes right here with the leaves. When I go to put the leaves on, they'll be shared with these petals right here that I add in. Okay. Well, if everybody doesn't have any questions right now, we can go from there. Hello, Pam. Thank you for joining me. I started out, my squares are 8 by 8 because I tried to get it in kindly dimensional in coincidence with this so that it kindly be proportionate to it. So, I'll show you how I did it. But you just do this exactly like you do the sunflower petal. Everybody does. So let me get started, and I'll try to answer the questions as I go. If I miss you, I apologize. I'll go back and review the video and pick up the questions and answer you as I can. I try to review it each week anyway. But like I said, I'll be giving the names of the winners from the last 2 wreaths, and I apologize for not getting them to us. And if the winners can reach out to me this afternoon, I have to go pick my husband up so I can box them up and ship them this afternoon. I already have the shabby chic wreath boxed. I just need an address for it. The other one, it won't take me long to just put it in a box and go with it. Hey, Lori, thank you for joining me. Hello, Belinda. I appreciate y'all stopping in this afternoon. Belinda, I cut it to 9 inches, just above the third row of hose. I'm just playing with it. I just like the little flowers. And I thought, well, a spot in your house, if you just need a little corner, then it'll be real cute in there, just to add a little extra decoration. Hi, Sandra. I want to mention that these boards are from Unique in the Creek. And you can also get them from Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree, and Amazon. And today, if you'll use the code 2SCALE and you order from Unique in the Creek, you can save 10% when you check out. So if you're ready, we'll get started. Hey, Jan, thank you for visiting. Okay, like I said, I cut these 8 by 8. And can everybody see okay? We're going to go from corner in, and this corner in, like we do the sunflower. And then you'll just scrunch it up like this right here. The only thing I do different with these, because it's so small, is I go ahead and I put the zip tie on and do it similar to how we used to do the old style boards. All right, Lori, that's going to be good. Okay, and then I just make sure that my petals are pretty close, which they are. And then what I do differently on here is I take my pinking shears, see my pinking shears, and I just go around the edges like this and cut me like a little design around the edge. And round it off just a little bit. It just gives it a different look. See? See how it does? It just gives it just like a little perforated edge. Just a little something different. As I was cutting my pieces this morning, I got a little wound up and went ahead and did my leaves too, so I had to cover that up. Pam, what type of material am I using? I'm using just regular felt. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it was on sale, so I was able to get quite a bit just to play around with. So here I've already put my zip tie in. So what I'm going to do with this to make it different to put on the board is I'll take the zip tie and fit it in behind here. So that what I can do is I'll just take and put it on the board like this. Come around the back. Go in. And put it in the little For some reason I'm having trouble getting this put into the zip. There it goes. And you just pull it tight. And then see, it just lays it up and you just shape it up a little bit. But here is what the other one looks like. I'm just playing around with it. Okay. I hated to cut my boards, but hey, I just been playing. I didn't have anything else to do, so hey, I just did it. Okay, like I said, I've already got all my pieces ready to go. I've got my, I did dark pink, I've done light pink, and then I've got my green for my petals. Now my green, I cut them a little bit bigger so that they would stand out further on the wreath. I kind of wish I did them maybe 9 by 9 instead of 10 by 10. But that's okay. I can always go and trim them up. So you'll just take and go to the next hole over here and put your tip of your zip tie in there. Come around to the back. Come in here. Just zip it in. And then just shape your leaves up a little bit. And then they'll just fall into place, and you just tug and shape them just a little bit. And it works out pretty good. See, it works out pretty good. But like I said, I went ahead and did all my wreaths, and see, I've already got the zip tie on, and then I took another zip tie and ran it through the back, so all I have to do is put it on the board and then snap it. It works faster if you prep your board ahead of time. So let me go ahead and snap this off. If y'all have any questions, just please drop them in below, and I'll try to catch them as you drop them in. And I'd love to see somebody else try something different. I understand Isabel made a pansy. I popped in, and then Kimberly called me, so I had to get off and answer her, see what's going on with her and her appointment. And it worked out that everything turned out real good, so I was glad. So we'll just go further and see. I've already got the twine in here, but that's okay. We'll just work around it. Just put it through the back. I've got another couple of ideas I had in mind, and that's what I was working on. But I couldn't get them to work out right. So you know how sometimes you just have to lay it down and walk away from it. Think about it and then come back. Well, I thought about it, and I know what I was doing that I couldn't get to work out. So I think I figured it out. How much felt did I use? I went and bought the round when I first started, my first felt that I bought that one that they had pre-cut at Walmart, which was $3.97 for a yard. And out of it, on my first one that I cut out, right out of half a yard. But this right here, this is one I got from Hobby Lobby. See, I made a beige one, and with the dark brown and then the tan, and I had a friend that needed something neutral, so I told her, I said, I've got the perfect thing. So I let her have it. But I think it's right at a half a yard, and you won't use the whole entire thing. I got it half a yard to begin with so that I could play around with it, but I used about a half a yard for the dark pink, and maybe 3/4. No, not even. I'm not good at measuring. Less than half on the pink, because we don't need that many pink. Light pink. We needed 12 of these, and that's the reason it took more on these than it did on the pink, because we needed 12 to go all the way around on it. But see, I just pop them in the holes, bring it through. And this is the way we used to do the old boards. Laurie just mentioned that the plastic boards, small plastic boards, are coming soon. That's going to be good. It gives us extra options, and that way we don't have to get in full with them as far as tinkering with them and cut them up and stuff like that. But that also makes it fun to get in there and play around with it. So I don't mind. My husband will always say, what are you working on now? Okay, I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Your tools are safe. He just takes and rolls his eyes and walks on. Which is all good. He don't mind. He's pretty good. I can't say that too loud, but you know. Don't want to give him the big head. Hey, Linda. Thanks for visiting. I cut my board. It's a Unique in the Creek board. And I cut it down to be 9 inches. Like I did on the burlap sunflower. And it's about the same size. But this time what I did was, instead of cutting through the edge of the board and running the whole piece that was on this side that had the holes in it, I drilled me a hole between those row 4 and row 5. And then what I did was I took my cutter, my blade from the saw, and went down it and cut around. That way I can take this piece that I had on the outside that I cut off, and I might be able to use it. And I thought, after Lori doing the wreath last night, did y'all happen to catch it? I hope so. I thought you could do this with that piece of board that I cut off and hang one through the middle and just let it dangle in the middle. You could do decoration around that, put your petals on the outside of this, and then take one and dangle it down from a hole down the middle and just let it spin. That would be cute too. That way I wouldn't waste the board. What size of the petals, Debbie? The size of the petals are 8 by 8, and my leaf petals are 10 by 10, but I kind of wish I'd have put those, made those maybe 9 by 9 and not quite so big. But I can always trim those up. But I love what everybody's doing with them. There's really some unique and beautiful wreaths being made. If you haven't ever had the opportunity to purchase one of these boards and play with it, do go over and get one. If nothing else, just get one and try it. I can guarantee you get one, you're going to be hooked. I was. But see, you just take and place them over the top of them. See, we've already got the top row already completed. So that's what makes it nice. I picked up some light blue and some turquoise, and then I had my center, which is like a royal blue, and I'm trying to think if that would go well with those other two pieces. Hold on just a minute. I forgot to cut that off. That's one thing I forgot. I got in too big a hurry. But I think I'm going to try the turquoise, the light blue, and maybe this is the center, and we'll see how that turns out. See how far we are now on this? And you could even take material and try the material. Just go over to Hobby Lobby when their material's on sale 30% off and see what kind of, let's see. I put that in backwards. Bear with me a minute. I put that one in backwards. When it's 30% off, just get you some and just play around with it. Go, or even go to their remnants that they have left over and get some of those and play with them. The material would be cute too. And so you can make smaller versions of the rose. I just haven't done it yet. I started out trying to do it with the felt, but I cut my pieces too small, so I had to do this. This is what it ended up being after I cut my felt too small. But you just take them, pull them up like this on top of the other ones and lay them in place, and they start laying in place and it works better. I don't know why I put my petals in, my zip ties in backwards. I guess I got in too big a hurry. Sometimes I do that. But if you haven't seen the other ladies, what they've been working with their videos, pop over to Unique in the Creek and look at some of the beautiful creations they've gotten. Also, we have a new lady that's helping Unique in the Creek, Lori and Dave, with Pinterest. Hop over to Pinterest in Unique in the Creek and look at the gorgeous wreaths that are showing up on their boards. Awesome. They are beautiful. This is a whole lot quicker than the wire frames and uses a lot less material. See, I put that one in upside down because I was talking. Sometimes I do that. But it's different. This would be cute if you just had a, like one of the girls said, they need to make a gift for a baby, for a girl. This would be cute if the board was flat right here and wasn't cut out. You could take and put like a little picture of the baby. I thought about what they were talking about yesterday. Lori had mentioned putting Dave and her picture in there. Well, I've already thought about putting the whole entire family when my grandbaby gets here in a couple of weeks. If he behaves himself, he'll be here. He'll be delivered on April the 22nd. That's provided he behaves himself. She goes back. My daughter-in-law goes back to the doctor on Wednesday, and if she still having issues like she was when she went Monday, then he's gonna arrive a little bit earlier than the 22nd. But so far he's doing good. I got to see him in 4D, and they've come a really long way from when we had our boys. Debbie, do try some fabric. That'll be cute. Even the Ollie Fun. Margaret likes to play around with, I think it's Margaret, likes to talk about the Ollie Fun. You could do the Ollie Fun too. Can everybody see that okay? Got that one a little over. See, it just lines up real good. And we'll go. We're having open house at one of the places in town that they wanted some spring prizes. And I thought about this today as I was coming home. I thought about giving them a sunflower. And I thought, this would be springy, so they may get this one. Thank you. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Brenda. I like pink. I like some shades of pink as well, Laurie. But like I said, I just used I'll show you how I did the petal again in just a moment. But like I said, it's just the sunflower petal. Jan, we have a few troublemakers, but you know, that makes it so much fun. I sat there last night and watched the board as it was running up with all the guys and ladies in the group last night while Lori was working on that. And I couldn't help but laugh. And my husband was sitting in the chair, and he'd wake up just occasionally because he was sleeping and look over at me like, okay, is she okay? Well, yeah, I will be. Use a foam circle in the center and attach your photo to the... Yeah, Tina, you could do that. That'd be awesome. How do you make the petals? Okay, Linda, let me stop and show you how to make the petals. It's my squares are 8 by 8 for my petals, and you're just going to do it exactly like the sunflower. And you'll go from corner in to corner in and make like you do on the other one, and then just scrunch them in. And because they're so small, instead of taking and, you know how you take and pull it up like this and put the piece around the bottom of it and put it in, to me, my fingers wouldn't cooperate. So I just took and put the zip tie over it. Went ahead and zipped it in. Before I got it real tight, I made sure my petals were lined up. And see, that one's off just a little bit, so I just took and pushed my zip tie over a little bit and lined them back up. And see, it's pretty good, so I just pull it tight, and I take the zip tie head of it and pull it down towards the bottom and pull my petals up at an angle. Then what I did was I took my pinking shears and went around the edge just a little bit to give it a little bit of difference. And if you have a rotary tool, you could do that too, but my rotary tool didn't want to work. It's dull. Let's see how you can just do that. I wondered, you know, in scrapbooking, you have those different kind of scissors. I don't know whether that'd be good enough to cut on this felt or not. I giggled too. Yes, Jan, I had my headphones on too. I guess that's why he looked at me so crazy. But that's all right. It's all good. All right. We'll get started on the middle. Let's see how fast it works up. It really works up great. Hi, Norma. Thanks for visiting. We still need to make that road trip. But you just take and go in the And then come around the back. Put it through. And zip it. And then you'll cut the zip tie off. And then you can just line your pieces up. Alright, get that one. Alright. But this is just something simple to play around with. Okay, see, we're making progress. You just take and position them up. And then see, once you get them done, you can fluff them out a little bit. I'm just laying them down so that it will, I'll know about where I'm at on the board. Let me plug my glue gun up right quick. We'll need that in just a moment. Okay. I'll show you again how to do the petal while I'm waiting on that glue gun to show up. But you'll take this corner and go into the middle, this corner and go to the middle, and then scrunch it up through the middle. Then you can either cut it before you put the zip tie on it, or you can wait till after you. See how that does? Just gives it a different shape. But this is just the sunflower petal. You're welcome, Linda. I hope you get to try it. This will be a fun little project for kids too. Okay, before we get too much further, let me put this one in right quick. Let me put the next one in. Then I need to tell the winners before I forget it. And then what we're going to start doing is we're going to start having monthly contests. And right now, I've got one running on my page, my Shopping to Scale Wreaths and Crafts page, to where if we get to 500 likes, then I'm going to give away a rag bow. That way you can add it to any of your wreaths. And then I can make you one. I'll make it for you, and then I'll even pay for the shipping. And then if it's an international winner, then I'll pay $10 towards the shipping if that's okay. Alright, we're into the last one. But these right here would make even cute little teacher gifts. There's not too much involved in it. And if your children made, helped you, that would make it even more special. But see how you have a little spot in the middle? I'm going to take and put that in the middle. Alright. So let me get the winners' names right quick. Bear with me a minute. Okay. For the Shabby Chic wreath, it was Sue Jackson. And Sue, if you're listening or you're in, hopefully I'll reach out to you if you're not watching the video, if I don't hear from you, and get your address so that I can get your wreath out to you. The other one is Lena Rhodes Starcher, and she won the burlap sunflower. So if Lena's watching, if she can tag me with her address in private message, I'll get that out to you as soon as possible as well. If you're not watching the video, then I'll go in this afternoon and look and see if I can send you a message, and that way we can get it and going your way. Alright, let me set my hot glue guns ready. Yep, it's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some down in here. And then I'll go over the top around the metal And I forgot to tell you what this was made out of. This is made out of felt as well. And I'll show you what I've done here. But I just take and put quite a bit of glue on that. And then what I'll do is I'll stick it down into the hole right there and work it in there. I need me some of those little rubber tips. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea, Laurie. And see? See how easy that is? And then you just go back through, pop your petals up just a little bit. So that's a quick and easy. But do you think it looks like a pansy? A little bit. I thought it did. If not, hey, it can be whatever flower you want it to be. I tell you what I like to see. I'd like to see a frog. I like frogs. I crochet as well as make wreaths. And there's a lady that makes crocheted hook handle or fixes handles on crochet. Last week, she posted that she was making frogs. So I guess you know I had to have me a frog. It's so cute. I haven't used it yet. I have several of her hooks. They're amazing. It helps with the wrist a little bit too. But I've got 2 blankets in works for baby gifts. One's for my grandson. And I'm going to make it and put a moose, a fox, a deer, and a sloth. S-L-O-U-G-H is what it's going to. Sleuth, I guess is how you pronounce it. Anyway, there you go. What do you guys think? That's pretty easy. And it's just simple. See? Alright. I'm not quite done. Let me throw my leaves in here right quick. And what you'll do is I didn't put them in every one. I just put them in every other one. And you'll just take and share the hole with this one back here. Put it back in the front. Zip it. And then so you can work it in behind. See? See how you can do these? Unique in the Creek wreathing frames are awesome. Something simple as using felt and the board, cutting just the pieces out and attaching them onto the board with the zip ties. Easy peasy. And see, I used that one, so I'll use this one next. Sometimes I get the shakes from medicine. I have a hard time doing these zip ties. I guess y'all can relate on that sometimes, can't you? Surely I'm not the only one. Alright. And then, whoops. Somebody put that one in upside down. You see, what I even thought about doing is taking some green acrylic paint and painting up through here and putting little vines on it. And I may just do that on one of them just to see how it turns out. Like I said, take it and play with it. Makes it fun. But if you order wreaths today from Unique in the Creek, when you go to check out, if you'll use the code 2SCALE, 2 S-C-A-L-E, all caps, you can save 10% at checkout. That'll save you a little bit. Oh, and they've got the board. I'm not the boards. The digital prints on sale. Buy one, get one. I believe they're still on sale, aren't they, Laurie? And you can use the character boards for those. Unique in the Creek has character boards, large flower boards, small flower boards, tree boards, and horse board. So see, there's lots of room for play. Use the horse to make the Kentucky Derby. I don't remember when the Kentucky Derby is. But as I was going to take Kimberly home last week, I got to pass by some of the stadiums that I guess it's stadiums where they house the horses. It was really neat. And I passed several horses coming back. They were headed back towards Florida. I'm sure probably, they were probably up there practicing, I assume. I've never been to one. Maybe one of these days. Maybe I'll add that to my bucket list. All right. But, order you some boards. Oh, yes. Okay, good. She says they're on sale till the 5th, which that gives you another day. Order those up. Now's the opportunity. Then order you some character boards. Mod Podge them in the middle. I always say Mod. It's Mod Podge them in the middle. And then decorate your outsides. Oh, yes, Belinda. Thank you. I didn't know that. I always know. I have a friend that she does her hats every year. And I think it's cool. Maybe I'd love to go and watch maybe them train one day, or even go to the Derby one day. That'd be nice. All right. All right. There it is. There's the finished product. If you don't mind, like, share, and comment on my post. And maybe there'll be somebody else that might like to watch it as well. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask me. I'll be glad to help you. I still have wreath kits available, and I have them listed in my Etsy shop. And if you would be interested in ordering a kit, if you'll private message me, I'll give you a coupon code for $5 off. So that'll help too. So if you don't have any questions, I'll hop off of here, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I thank everybody for visiting with me today. Congratulations to the 2 winners, and I'll reach out to you and see about getting your addresses where I can get those in the mail. And then the next time we come on, we'll talk about what we're going to give away next and when it's going to happen. So if you don't mind, share, like, and comment on my post, and go over to my Shopping to Scale Wreaths and Crafts page, so that, and help me get to 500 where we can give away a rag bow. Maybe even 2 if we get it pretty quick. Thank you guys. I appreciate everybody's love and support. And thank you, Laurie, Jan, everybody. I'm going to hop off here now. But see, it didn't take less than right at, what, 35 minutes maybe? A quick wreath. So see how easy it was to just do a repeat? Alright, well I'm off of here then. Thanks guys for visiting. I appreciate your support. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.